Welcome to the Unicorn Circuit, your weekly dose of car news, automotive fanking, weird food bags, ball bags, eat bags, mail bags. How are you, Martin?
Crap cars. How am I? Crap
mate?
Cars. That
We got
pretty
a
much
crap
sums
one
it up.
today. We got a
Got plenty
drum
of
roll,
crap
please, on
cars.
mycrapcar. Pretty crap, but pretty good. Today, though, we're also talking about the most powerful V8 engine ever made.
Yep.
And it's not an LS.
And we're talking about rotaries because rotaries are back, people, both here and in the world.
We're also talking about Teslas. We're talking about Fanks. We're talking about Porsches. We're talking about CarPlay. We're talking about a pretty epic conspiracy that I would say borderlines actually whether it even is conspiracy or not. I don't think it is. I think look, you decide for yourself. Our France film has just come out. It's been a lot of work in post. That is us taking a little road trip in our mad little Clio. And to celebrate the launch of the film, by the way, it has proper French subtitles, subtitled by a legit French dude, by Francois Claire, who helped us with some of our trip. Garage Bangers and Rock and Roll is his YouTube channel. He's a French YouTube creator and a very lovely, smart dude. We'll link his channel down below. He helped us on our trip.
And he helped you improve your French, which is...
Je suis André.
Average.
No, that's German.
It's actually
Dre
pretty
is
good.
German. No, it's terrible.
No, show us
to
the
celebrate the launch of the film, we've got a poster taken by photographer extraordinaire James Gregg, an absolute boss. Look at that. That's our mad little Clio. There are a number of these posters available. Mark 8 Golf RX-7. There's a bit of a collection.
That's France at 9:30 p.m. by the way.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Still light. Trips me out.
So you can grab one of those right now. It helps support the show, of course, and we'll ship it to you anywhere in the world.
There are a series of them, by the way. So there's some other cars that are special to us that have also been photoed. Jump on the website and you can find them.
Only ones we care about get the poster.
Yep.
And there's a bunch more stuff coming out on MCM TV2, which is this channel that you're on right now. A bunch of French stuff, bonus stuff. Just cool little things. And of course, if you want to, you can follow the socials. There's the TikTok and there's the Instaballs and there's the Faceballs. Is that it, Martin?
That's it.
Should we just dive into the news?
Let's
Head
do
first.
it.
Are you ready? I'm going to get your helmet ready. Sorry, I'll squeeze the top. There we go. And I'm ready to go, Martin. Go.
Everybody, rotary-powered Mazdas are back. Now, this has been rumoured for a little while. It's been doing the circles and the press releases and all that sort of stuff. But there's a few things I wanted to point to. And one of them is the fact that our rotary from Japan is also back. You may have seen it on the other channel. That's the other one that we make with that other show we make. The RX-7 has arrived. That's the one that we took around Japan in Turbos and Temples 3. It spent many, many weeks on a boat. It came into Queensland. It got some Queensland Rojo. We brought it back down to Sydney. And now I'm under the process of getting some plates, which have also arrived. You'll be seeing them soon as well. There's some work when you do that car, but it's very exciting. Why is this news? Well, that's my news. The other news is that Mazda, after 11 years, have finally brought back the rotary in the form of the MX-30.
Really?
Now, I just want to show you the MX-30. So here's the MX-30.
Okay.
Here's a Series 8 RX-7.
Okay.
Back to the MX-30 again.
There it is.
RX-7 Series 8. Now, I don't know about you. Maybe those two cars are a good combo. Maybe you could do everything you'd ever need to do with an SUV and an RX-7. But I think the RX-7, they were onto something back in 2002. Yep. And then they stopped making it and brought out the RX-8. But anyway, why is this interesting? Let's talk about the tech. This is, of course, a sort of hybrid electric, well, it's actually fully electric motor the whole time, but then the rotary engine in it actually is like the generator. So it's super lightweight.
So it's a rotary-shaped, spins in a copper thing and generates some...
My understanding is that, like, you know, electric motor's like a big barrel-looking thing.
Yes.
They've, like, gone, rotary engine on the end of it.
Oh.
And gone, and spinning up to make, or some configuration, I don't know, rotary nerds will know.
But someone explain it to us.
Essentially, the rotary engine is the generator that generates, so it doesn't propel the wheels directly, it actually acts like a generator within the car, separate to the electric motor. So what's interesting about it? Well, it's 830cc rotary engine. It's also makes 122 kilowatts and 260 newton meters of torque. That's the car itself, which is not world-breaking, but it's not bad for just an SUV you're going to drive to the shops.
Not anywhere near the V8 I'm about to tell you about.
What I found interesting as well, though, is that, you know, obviously this kind of stuff comes out in a press release, and there's like a paragraph on the rotary, not very much detail, I had to dig for that, and then there's another paragraph about the car itself, and then there's like 4 paragraphs about the fact that the Mazda plant has solar panels on the roof. And the paint that they use is a special thing that's not, and then there's paint guns they've developed don't have as much wastage. And then the car, when you bake the paint in a booth, is half the temperature of what it used to be. Why? To cut CO2 emissions, because they're looking not just at the car driving around, they're looking at the entire cycle, which is a conversation that's happening more and more. I thought that was kind of interesting that they're actually thinking about that, because you can guarantee with a 2002 Mazda RX-7, they were not.
We're seeing parallels with that with all sorts of products, and quite often you'll see the function of different products be followed or be led by cars. An example of that, which is a really good point, is pretty much every product. You go down to the supermarket now and have a look at whatever kind of thing they've stuck on the product, and I guarantee it won't be telling you anything about what's inside it. It'll be telling you recycled packaging. This bottle's made out of recycled something. Even like Mars bars and Snickers bars now come in a paper kind of wrapper, and it says, this is recycled paper. Do people actually care? And look, I know people care about the environment, but does the end consumer go, I'm going to buy a Johnny's bar? Wait a minute. No. Mars bars in recycled paper. Really?
They're more likely to tell you these days what they don't have in them than what they do as well. Like no sugar, no preservative, no this, no that, no the whatever, and then you read the main ingredients like crushed up whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's true. I don't know. All I do know is some of those packaging, like it's important obviously that it's sustainable, but some of it sucks, doesn't it? Like you gotta open a thing and it just explodes everywhere and you're like, oh, this is because it's made out of like 2 micron thick plastic.
Yes, and whoever decided that there would be crinkly wrappers at stuff you can buy from the movies, that person's an idiot.
What does anyone understand what goes on with that? That's a good point. Why do people choose the most quiet point of a movie to make the most noise?
Yeah, because they literally, it gets really quiet and then they go, zip.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That legit happened, not to me, when I was at the movies the other day.
I told you about Lion King, didn't I?
No.
Didn't I?
No.
Okay, I'm not going to.
I saw Mission Impossible, but someone was, they were getting...
Their mission was possible?
Mate.
Their missionary position
in the
was
front
possible?
row. Wandered in after the movie started and then left just before it finished, and I saw 2 people walk in, but you could only see one person.
All right.
Back of their head.
Martin, let's talk about the Tesla Cybertruck. 18 months after they're like, we're going to do this thing. They've actually done the thing.
How long has it been?
I mean, it's been a long time, but I think it was 18 months ago. It was like meant to come out. Now it's actually come out. It's come out of their Gigafactory. What can we tell you about it? It's rolled off the line. They're not sure if they're going to come to Australia or not. What is it? Here's a photo. It's a ute-looking thing that Tesla made. I mean, it kind of looks like a concept car, but it has actually gone into production. One of them's rolled off, but I think they're not going to be ramping up production properly until next year.
They announced it 4 years ago.
2024.
They announced it 2019. It felt like a long time ago, pre-COVID, man.
It's a pretty niche kind of looking thing, you know. Like you're making a statement if you're driving around in that thing, aren't you?
Yeah, and they actually ended up making them smaller. So they've got photos of like the original concept that drove out on the stage with Mr. Musk ages ago, and then also they've had to just make the entire truck smaller, which some people are upset about. And actually, I think the problem was partly they were too big for our roads.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if they've fixed that yet, but that was a thing as well.
Martin, have you got any other news, or can we talk about V8s?
Let's talk about V8s.
Have you got anything else?
Yep, go.
The world's most powerful V8 has come out. It's going to be in the Koenigsegg Gemera. It gets the world's most powerful V8. It's not an LS. I know.
Production
Cries
V8,
a river. It's a V8 plug-in hybrid, which they refer to as a dark matter V8. Here's the funny thing though, with this car, the Gemera, my accent's maybe not great. In fact, we just put a video up on Instagram of me trying to pronounce French car names with a real French person doing it properly. We'll link that below. Anyway, you get 2 options if you're buying this car. You can either have, and this is what I think's funny, you know, you can have the 2-litre 3-cylinder engine called the TFG. That's the tiny friendly giant. Or you can have the 5-litre V8 hybrid. It makes 1,692 kilowatts and 2,750 Newton meters of torque to all 4 wheels.
That's nuts.
How much is it? An absolute steal at just about 2.5 million Australian dollars.
10 times what a WRX makes.
Yeah.
10 times.
Do you get 10 times as much enjoyment? Someone would argue you get 100 times. Yeah. I know you and I are the wrong people for this, Martin, but I don't understand. I understand the pushing of the engineering boundaries. Yes. I don't understand. If you buy it for $2.5 million, that's not all your money, is it?
Yeah, but you can guarantee in about 3 years' time, someone on YouTube will be buying a crashed one and fixing it.
But to spend $2.5 million, you don't save 2.5 and spend it all on a car. If you're spending $2.5 million bucks on a hypercar, does that mean you have 200 million?
Maybe it's the way your average person spends 250 bucks.
Maybe, I don't know. Anyway,
intense.
that's that. You got any other news, Martin?
My news is we're going to talk about my news in Conspiracy Hat Cat because it's pushing that direction.
Oh, so
So
maybe
you
I
should
should, maybe because you know what, maybe
Yeah.
I'll save that then. In a little bit of non-car related news, over the years, Marty and I, normally on the quiet, have been proud to sponsor a few different organisations, like local community sports teams and things like that. We had some special socks made, didn't we, recently?
Yes, we did.
And so we heard about a young Australian. His name's Brandon, who is trying to make his way to the CrossFit Games in America. He actually has made it. He's the only qualifier in the 16 to 17-year-old class in all of Oceania. That's Australia, New Zealand, and the Southeast Asia region, which is a huge accomplishment. And he was trying to fund his own way there, and we were happy to get behind him. And so Mighty Car Mods has come on board as a sponsor of his trip. So we just wanted to say good luck to him because he's competing in about less than 2 weeks' time, I think. There's a link down below to his Instagram. If you're into fitnessy things and you want to have a look, you can check it out. And go Australia, because he's representing us and all of Australia will be supporting him. So there it is. Martin, what do we got? Legal. Laws.
Is that even legal?
Is that even
I had
legal?
to look at the thing. It's so old and falling apart because it's the original one from we started this that I can't even... It's like faded.
We've showed them a photo, haven't we? You've seen what... I have to do it again. Hold on. I just have to...
It's exactly ripped at this point when I can't quite remember what we're going to be doing next.
I just have to zoom in past these puppets and show you this is what we're looking at. This is how we know.
Like, why haven't we made a new sign?
This is how we know what it is we're meant to be talking about.
Why haven't we made a new sign there? This is because that's one of those things where you look at it and go like, that would be 15 seconds to type. You could even do the photo thing. You know, on iPhone, we can take a photo thing and then like highlight it and copy and paste it.
How good's the crew? Look at the crew over there.
Hey boys, what's up?
How you doing, boys?
Professional show here, people.
Anyway, we are the professionals.
What's next. Is that even legal?
In Australia, a lot of people refer to Australia as a nanny country or New South Wales as a nanny state, meaning that they try and get involved in things that some people perceive maybe they shouldn't. Should they or shouldn't they? I don't know.
I know why.
But the point is, over in France, and we put a video up recently about us breaking 10 different laws in 10 minutes in France. They weren't laws of Australia.
No, they
weren't laws of France. They were laws in Australia, so we weren't breaking the law over there. We'll put a link to that little video up and a link down below, riding around scooters. In Australia, this might seem weird to you, but Martin, do you like riding a scooter?
Of course I do.
Do you like freedom?
Yes, it isn't free. It takes like folks like you and me.
Let's pretend that freedom required you not to wear a helmet. Do you like the freedom of not wearing a helmet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's illegal in Australia.
Yeah.
You've got to wear helmets. Do you have to wear
Everywhere.
helmets where you're from? Queensland and Victoria, please chime in. You've got scooters there. What about Western Australia, Northern Territory, and those other places?
It's a good point, actually, the hire bikes, because I know they trial a lot of these scooter programs. Maybe you've seen it in your town where they like put a bunch of scooters there and go, we'll see how it goes. I think I was in New Zealand a couple of years ago and we built that engine. Same thing, we're doing a trial. Of course they were awesome, but there was no helmets anywhere. But the law is you must have a helmet, but the helmets are just going to get flogged because they're not permanently attached. Same with the bikes, you know, you can do the hire bikes.
See, so that doesn't make sense.
Sometimes there's helmets, sometimes not. Can you get booked for not having a helmet on a hire bike that didn't have one? Or are you supposed to wander around with your helmet anywhere? When's someone going to invent like one that looks like a phone and then goes like a
see, this is one of those weird things like you're not allowed to carry a sack over the Sydney Harbour Bridge full of potatoes, but you can as long as you're riding a goat, but it's illegal to ride a goat across the bridge.
Yeah, it makes
so
no
it's
sense.
what do you do?
I don't understand. What we do have coming up for you next is one of my favourite segments of this entire show. Did we decide that's illegal? Your thing's illegal or legal?
Oh, what?
It's always illegal.
What is it?
Always illegal, isn't it?
What is
illegal.
Illegal.
Yeah. So next
Are we done now?
We have a freaking awesome My Crap Car.
MyCrapcar is the delightful segment of the show where you guys send us videos of your car.
You do.
And we put them on the internet sometimes, which is where you are right now wasting the internet with us. What better way to waste the internet than with us, though?
This is one of my favourite micro cars, people, and it's only one letter away from a micro car because it's a micra.
And it's 3-door, which is the right way to do it. If you've got a 5-door micra, Martin?
Oh no, 5-door micras no good. I mean, they're good. If you own one, they're fine. But like, micras look sick. like as cool as a GTR Skyline when they're 2-door. When they're 4-door, they remind me of like Toyota Chasers, like those 4-door things that are Camrys but not Camrys, but apparently are cool because they're rear-wheel drive, but they're still Toyotas and they're like, you know what I mean?
Some people prefer 3-door Golf GTIs to like a 5-door one.
Same.
I think the 5-door looks better.
Nope.
And is better. It's better in every way. The puppets are shaking their heads.
Golfs don't have the dimensions quite right with their 2-door thing. It looks,
No, it looks too short. It looks
too
like
short.
someone's cut its legs off and it's trying to pull its stump along. You know what I mean? It doesn't look right. A 5-door, sorry, prove me wrong. A 5-door Golf GTI always looks better than a 3-door Golf GTI. That one there's a fact. And you can look in any kind of thing of like the ratio of beauty and the thing and whatever. The 5-door looks better. But a Micra, a 3-door looks better.
Or a CLIO.
Absolutely. Oh, a 4-door Clio. Bleh, bleh, like that. But Golf
Clio, no
GTI, 5-door or bust. Prove me wrong.
Do you have a 2-door or a 5-door? What's this 3-door, 5-door, 4-door crap as well? Can we just establish
the back's not a door.
Do you know when you're searching for a car on the thing and it's like, do you want a 3-door or a 4 or a 5? And sometimes you can miss cool cars because you don't know it's a 2-door because the rear's a hatch or a boot or whatever.
That's bullcrap.
Like, and then you search 2 and then nothing comes up and you forget that that's actually called a 3-door. And that said, I actually got my Gemini for very cheap for this exact reason because it was listed wrong.
Because they wrecked the listing, right?
It was listed
and
wrong.
we've had a few cars that we've got for cheap because people didn't know exactly what they were.
People
the STI that we put into the Lavorg didn't know it was an STI.
No, we didn't know it was
listed as a WRX.
Exactly.
But we were like, hey, looks like an STI, and it was, and we bought it for cheap. Martin, what are we doing?
We're doing mycrapcar, and
sorry,
this is Michael with his Nissan Micra.
Hello Unicorn Circuit, this is my crap car. No, it's not the Ford Cougar, it's the Nissan Micra 1 litre beast. As you can see, stickered up just like you like, wheel trims, custom painted pink wheel, we've got homemade spoiler off a Focus ST. We've got our own little unicorn. We've got some more shit stickers on it, going all the way down. We've got a homemade splitter, which I just found the materials, literally does jack shit. Goes up where it's meant to go down, and then we go on the inside. We've got a badass sunroof that of course leaks everywhere. We've got weight reducing cuts in the seat and here that dig into your back, which is nice. We've got, I'll show you the 1 litre engine, which I can guarantee the bonnet doesn't work. Nope. We've got painted grille. If you ever want to check the oil, well, you're basically fucked. You've got a nice little peeling paintwork, which is nice. Saving weight all everywhere you go. The kids have done a good job of sticking the inside as well. And putting stickers on the roof. You got, of course, you got these handles for the kids, for when you're doing mad racing on the streets. Sticker bomb dashboard. It's awesome stereo, and you got the gear knob, which has been in about 7 cars now, and that's about it. So I managed to get the bonnet open, and that's the mighty 1 litre. Absolutely nothing done to it, but you know what, it's a Micra. Paid 650 quid, and it's a pure shit box. As one of my friends pointed out and got me a sticker, which is here. We've got rust, which is just brilliant. Got a little guy here saying hi. This arch ain't too bad, perhaps some scratches. Oh, yeah, got a little bit of rust here. Got a little bit of tape just hanging this on. We got this, which I presume is going to go at any point.
Thank you,
There it
Michael.
is. Thank you, Michael.
Fantastic.
Very good job. If
Yep.
you want to send us a video of your car, please send it to the email
Please
that
do.
is flashing on your screen right now. And if it didn't, then the puppet editors
The
will get
next
fired. It's mycrapcar at theunicorncircuit.com. Are we, Martin, are we fanking or are we into the conspiracies?
We're into the conspiracies.
We're going deep. We got a good one this week.
This is hectic. You ready? Conspiracy hatfoil cat coming up.
We're starting with some facts, and then we're finishing with some conspiracies. Porsche, that's right, that's how you say it.
Easy answers to complex questions.
Porsche is the first car manufacturer to implement CarPlay into its actual car functionality.
What's CarPlay?
We're talking about CarPlay is Apple's system of making their iOS devices link with the car so that it can run your maps, you can run your music, podcasts, stuff like that. It's normally been a separate system to the system that actually runs the car, like aircon and stuff like that. Porsche has just integrated CarPlay to actually control functions of the car like air conditioning, like ambient lighting, things like that, which also means that the Hey Siri function, which is when you want to speak to your phone and you go, Hey Siri, and it goes, what do you... Nope. You say, I'm not even going to... You say, Hey Dingo, because I don't want my phone to talk at me.
I don't understand. Sorry, I know you say I'm not even that is a hey dingo. But I could search the web for it.
No thanks.
Listening always.
So-
turn that shit off. Filter your button. Watch this. Hey Siri, hey Siri, hey Siri, nothing. Press and hold the button. Good to go.
Okay.
Yep.
But you're the conspiracy hat cat.
Do Golfs look better in 2-door or 5-door? 3-door versus 5-door. Golf Mark 5. Dude, there's a 4. Let's not go
Yeah,
there.
I'm the one who wrote that. I did.
I just want a poll.
You want a poll?
I want a poll. Like I want to do a
start.
poll thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, a P-O...
3-door, here's the answer. 3-door looks wicked. 5-door looks even more wicked. Okay, thanks, mate.
There you go. And look at that. That was written by Moog from Mighty Car Mods.
There's multiple
what
layers
about-
to this conspiracy.
Oh,
hat
sorry.
cat, by the
Anyway,
way.
so let's get there. So what it means is that
There's
you can
2 more
say,
layers.
Hey, Dingo, I want my seat massager on. Or, Hey, Dingo, my feet are too cold and hot, and it'll adjust it for you. That's the first bit. Now...
No, there's different layers to CarPlay. Should we talk about this? We know nothing about CarPlay, allegedly only. So, 2 layers to this. People, why is CarPlay a thing as well? Do you have laws in your country about using your phone in the car? I know some places do, some places don't. We've got really strict laws. We've even got cameras that are like on the motorways particularly.
We can't do this. If Marty's driving, drive, Martin.
Can't
do that.
No, you can't show me something.
He cannot, my phone
Booked.
screen cannot be visible to him, or he will lose points off his
Illegal.
thing.
Yep.
So I need to be going like this and going like that. Oh, this is really interesting, Martin. Oh, look at this. And if he's driving along and I go, look at that, and then a photo goes ding,
Flash,
like that.
illegal.
A guy that I know, the photo was taken while he was holding a CD cover, and they got him for it. So they're like, look at the photo,
chicken
and
or
then he
egg?
contested it and he got
Is
away.
it chicken or egg? Did more people buy cars and more people want this CarPlay and Android Auto and connected stuff because of the laws? Or did the people making this stuff,
Conspiracy hat cat.
did they, the people that have something to gain, tell the government, you should do this right? No, we know, look, losing your phone when you're driving is a dumb idea. So I actually think these systems are
But
good
what could
personally.
someone gain, Martin? Let's pretend
have another
now-
layer, though.
Another one.
Well, that layer is like kind of obvious. I mean, if you're staring at your phone instead of driving,
No, that's
you're a
just
dickhead.
dumb.
So the CarPlay thing's kind of good, but then there's some stuff that doesn't make sense. Like you can touch that screen, but not this screen. You know, like that screen's okay because it's connected to your
You're
car,
allowed
but
to
the one
touch that
that's
one, yep.
mounted. But if this is mounted, then I think in some cases you can
Oh, you have to be stopped.
stopped or you can answer a call. The other layer of this whole thing.
This is the real conspiracy hat
real
cat we're getting to
conspiracy
now.
hat cat.
Why is CarPlay in all the cars allegedly? Don't call the lawyers.
To track you. Data. It's collecting data. Because think about it, if you have a car with CarPlay, both the manufacturer, because these systems are connected, has anyone seen that movie? What's that movie with the blue people in it?
Gone with the Wind.
Not Smurfs, the other one. With the tall people made of carbon fibre, Kevlar, bones and stuff.
The
The
Wizard of
James
Oz.
Cameron. No, James Cameron one. It was
Titanic.
No.
The big boat made of
No,
metal.
the blue people when they link up their tail with
Oh,
the...
Wizard of Oz. We're off to see
Yes,
the
exactly.
wizard, the
thing
wonderful
that-
Wizard of Oz.
So they're linking their tail like
Oops.
that, right? And what they're doing
What's the
is
Wizard of Oz?
they're
Where's my
sharing,
microphone?
They're
Oh,
sharing
Wizard?
data.
Where's-
So if you think about it, that means
I still don't know
Porsche,
what it's got to do with the Wizard of
Porsche
Oz.
gets a whole bunch of information it couldn't have otherwise got because it's through this connected servery system. It's anonymized, of course. Is it really? We don't know. Allegedly, we don't know. But they also goes the other way. Guess who knows where you are? Guess who knows how fast you're on the Autobahn? Guess who knows if you like your seats heated
The
or not?
Wicked Witch of
When
the
they
West.
then advertise to you for cars with heated seats, they know that you use them. They know that your mate's in there because they can share your Wi-Fi code. They know via Bluetooth that you're near each other. They know freaking everything about it. Now,
Is the
why,
band Toto called that after Dorothy's dog?
Why?
Is it, Martin? You know
then,
like that.
Why then can you not use CarPlay in a Tesla? Now, the system that's in a Tesla is pretty, like the computer system is more than capable of emulating a CarPlay thing. I mean, you can buy stuff off AliExpress for $300 that will do CarPlay display, right?
We've
so
done
if
it.
that system, the one in Lavorg's like that, right? If that system is capable of CarPlay, why can you not do it? Now, apparently, there's rumors going around that Elon has decided, okay, we're not going to give you CarPlay, but we'll give you AirPlay. Which means like you can stream to it like a speaker, yeah? So it's just like very basic back and forth streaming. But CarPlay, no. Because he's like, no, you don't get the data. Sorry, Apple. Because you're probably making an electric
But he's
car.
also mates with the Zuck.
No, he's not mates with Zark. They want to
No,
fight,
really?
remember?
No, but that dude. They
think
don't
they're
want to
mates?
fight. Of course they're mates.
You reckon? I don't think they are.
Yeah, they
Have
are.
you seen photos of Zark with his jiu-jitsu trainers and stuff?
No, dude, of course they are. They're like mates on the other end of the thing. They're like two mates that are both into a specific thing that no one else is into, and they're like, let's pretend we don't like each other so more people get into our thing together. They're not going to go and have a fight.
Oh,
and if
is
they do,
that
it's
how
only
you
to promote
pretend
their
you
own
don't
thing.
like Subarus even though you've owned lots of Subarus? And...
Dude, Subarus are fine.
Are they though?
Yeah, they're fine. I actually like them.
I feel that way about Nissans.
Like what would you rather drive, a WRX or a GTI? I'd rather be in a WRX.
Yeah, probably.
Like honestly.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, and a Golf R would have to be pretty good, like stage,
stock, and then I'd take
whatever,
one of them over a
stage
WRX.
a million, and then you're like, okay, that's pretty sick.
Oh, Golf R is better than a
No,
WRX.
Golf R's front wheel drive, dude.
No, it's not.
It's front-wheel
dude,
drive.
how dare you? It's got a drive shaft at the back.
Yeah, but it's front wheel drive.
No, it's front wheel drive bias, but it's an all wheel
What do
drive
you mean
car.
biased? I'm biased. It's front wheel drive until it goes, oh look, no traction. Oh yeah, we'll use the back now.
Yeah, and when it's using the back? What's that called?
All wheel drive.
Yeah, exactly.
But
What a dickhead.
the problem is,
Who
but you know-
invited this dickhead?
But you know,
Who invited this guy
you're
on
driving
the show?
around. Here's the problem with the
No,
Golf
no,
R.
you
and I
know,
like
no one else
Golf R.
cares.
I like Audis. We'll see. Let's see in the comments. I like Audis. I like Golfs. I actually enjoy. I think they're nice cars to be in. I think the steering feels a bit shit. Aside from that,
No,
it sounds like a motoring
the steering
journo.
feels great.
No, it's not.
It's so good.
There's something up with their
and
steering.
you don't
actually,
even
man.
tell people when you go buy an Audi. You just
I didn't tell anyone
You
that I
didn't
had an
tell-
Audi for ages. I had one for nearly a year. It was so good.
you didn't tell anyone,
No, I didn't.
and
I
then sold it.
Yeah.
Did you tell them what it was?
No, no one.
No, ever going to?
No.
No. Okay,
No,
great.
it was a mystery. The mysterious
The best A1
Audi.
in town, I'll tell you
It was
that.
so good.
It was so good. Why'd you sell it?
Why'd I sell it? Just expensive to run and maintenance, and I think I had to do a thermostat on it. And
that cost $50,000.
And in the Subaru, it would have been legitimately a $25 thermostat. And then this car was like $680 for the part alone. I was like, oh, okay, I get I've got to do some maintenance, but I just wasn't into it. And also the
Yours was all-wheel
idea,
drive though, wasn't it? Proper all-wheel
this
drive.
helped kicked off the idea as well for the next level of hypergramp stuff because I was driving supergramps around and whatever, but then that was like strictly ethanol only. So as service stations around Sydney started disappearing, I couldn't get as much ethanol. I'm like, I need a daily. I really want a wagon.
Yeah.
I found a really cool Audi wagon thing, and then
But that's rear-wheel drive, isn't it? Or are they all-wheel drive? That's not a front-wheel drive.
the
bias.
difference with that Audi is the engine's pointing in the right direction, so you can sort of deal with it. But yeah, I think it is a different kind of system. I actually don't know. I'm straight up. I don't know if it works the same with RS3. All I know is that if you're in a Golf R, the most basic Golf R, you do have to consider that when you're driving around, you're in front-wheel drive. You're in front-wheel drive. Yeah, okay, it's Haldex and stuff,
Who
but like
cares?
because that split second before it gets traction, you're like, oh wait, it's traction's
The
gone. No,
split second? You mean the split second of the DSG that's faster than any WRX could ever change its
Oh,
gears?
DSGs are cheater boxes though.
Oh, what? So's a car.
No,
a
DSG.
horse is a cheater box.
DSG's cheater box.
Shoes are cheating, man.
No, DSG's cheater box. They're pretty good though. They're pretty good.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
No,
but I guarantee
Sorry, I think
someone
we got
out
to the
there
point
is nodding.
that Golf GTI, WRX, Golf R,
Ooh,
and then
no.
Audi's up here.
No.
Aren't we?
No.
What section is this?
STI, WRX, Golf R and Audi are all same. GTI's here because it's front wheel drive. Come on.
No, wait on.
But you've owned all these cars.
Excuse me.
You've owned all
Wait.
of them.
WRX is here, GTI's here.
Absolutely without. And so R and Audi.
Hold on.
Oh no, Audi
Hold on.
RS3. Maybe a little bit more because it's.
Do you know the worst of all of them? The worst of all of them is
Q7.
an Audi S3. Because that is...
Aren't they?
Yeah, they're all... But that's like Audi pretending that it's better than a Golf R.
Isn't an Audi S3 basically a Golf R just with a different badge?
Yeah,
like
but
properly?
expensive and a little bit embarrassing. Just a little bit.
I never really understood it.
Audi
Actually,
S3, Golf R, RS3. They know what I'm talking about. They know.
RS3 only gets more points than WRX because it's got an extra cylinder. And it loses a little bit of cred because of its DSG thing because it's not real. But it's like, you know what I mean?
Loses cred because it's not real.
It loses cred because
I'll tell you what's real, dude,
it's
at the end of the drag strip.
automatic. It's auto. It's auto.
It is, but it's
exactly.
not.
So that's fine. But it's auto.
No, but you get paddles.
Yeah, but it's auto.
F1 cars are auto.
It's auto.
Yeah. No one's denying that, dude. This is
Why do we care about F1 cars?
This is the meme. You
What's
know
the
you're
meme?
wrong. You're still arguing just to make me mad.
I'm not. Manual, come on, dude.
We are wasting the
Clutch
internet
pedal.
now.
Clutch pedal?
Buy a BRZ.
Lots of nodding. Yeah, clutch pedal, I got one. It's the best. Where are my cheesels? You know what I mean? People
You're
who like
arguing
manuals
about
like
two
cheesels.
different things.
No, we're not. Manual WRXs are better than every Audi.
Would you rather have? What a dickhead.
We're wasting internet.
No.
We have so many more sections
There's
on our
too
shitty
many
thing.
questions. I just want to ask you one question. Would you rather have
A
manual
STI.
STI?
Subaru,
Yep. No more talking from me.
Vogue
That's
with
it.
a H6 in it. Yeah.
No one hunts the Lavorg. I like yours.
600 horsepower.
You want a manual Subaru WRX STI?
Yes.
Or do you want an RS3 and a BRZ manual track car, which would cost the same?
What? What? Cost the
Exactly.
same?
Yes, they would.
What are you talking about?
How much is an
Did
STI
you say
now?
no? You said a
80 or
Golf. You said a
$90,000?
Golf GTI and a BRZ.
I never
right?
said a Golf GTI. I said an RS3 and a... Stop, now you're wasting the
No,
internet.
I'm not
Do
wasting
not go to
internet.
car sales.
I'm going to
Stop
car
it.
sales. I just want to.
Would you rather
This is
have
fair.
an
This is fair.
RS3
Let's
as
go.
your daily and a
Subaru
BRZ manual
STI.
as a track car with the
WRX.
clutch and the things, or would you rather just have the WRX STI? You have both.
The most
Of
expensive.
course you have both.
The most expensive
What a
Subaru
dickhead. Look at this
WRX
guy.
in Australia is $130,000.
Exactly. For that,
Why?
you can get...
Because it's the STI Curo edition, final edition.
Who cares?
100.
Oh, go up. That's a good... No, up.
They're all final edition, dude.
No, down. That. How much is that?
Final edition, 129,000.
What a rip.
Final edition, final edition, final edition.
Exactly. RS3s, 60, 70,
Okay.
$80,000 for a facelift. BRZs, how much is a BRZ?
2021
Puppet, 20
STI,
grand?
70 grand.
20 grand, 25 grand. So for $85,000, you can get a pre-facelift RS3 plus a BRZ for $85,000. You're done.
But that's
or
post-facelift.
for 120.
Okay, no, let's make it fair. Let's make it fair. Let's do the correct year because this is
Make him stop.
2020.
Make him stop.
No, this is good, dude. This is
RS3
fun.
and BRZ combined purchase price of $80,000.
But
You'll
the
get
stuff
that.
built into it about
That's
selling it
90 grand more than it should be worth.
is exactly what's happening with Koenigsegg. So, well, the world's interesting, but it's even more interesting if you've got an STI that you can rear bias your drive. Which is not technically how it works, I know that, but you definitely can't do it in an RS3 unless you go and buy a brand new one.
And that was Conspiracy Hat Cat.
It was very
We're moving
long.
on
We
to
are.
Fanking. Fanking is the delightful art of recontextualizing a product's name by taking a photo of it down near your crotch. These, of course, do appear on the Fanking group, which you'll find on Facebook.
There's a new one.
That's one right now. Here we go. Boom. We have number one. That's an anal toy, Martin. There it is. I'm going to move this over so we can both see them.
Thanks.
Next up, that's the furry hedge.
Grow your furry
Oh,
hedge.
grow it.
Sow and grow fun.
That's pretty good.
A furry hedge.
That was
Sure.
good. Well done. That's a sack of
I
balls.
like that.
Good job.
Salty ones as well. Dude,
Smooth
there's
and
so
creamy
many balls in this week's
So many
episode.
balls and ball bags. Hump slow.
Nice.
Icy. Boners. Look at that, Martin.
It's really
What's
bonkers.
that? What's the furry bit, do you reckon?
It's a cat,
Oh,
upside
that's-
down cat, dude.
It's actually...
That's an upside down cat.
Okay.
You can tell because it's got the little with the.
Okay. Tasty slot. What do you do with a tasty slot? What is it?
It's a spatula, dude. Slotted spatula.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh,
I don't know
that's
what I'm
worrying.
looking at. What do you mean it's worrying? Something says tasty slot. I don't know what you meant to do with that.
Next.
Why is
Yeah,
it
I
called
know.
a...
Next.
We've had this before. And the reason I put this one in is because they've actually cut out a bit of paper because the fingering would be too delicate. I think we've seen people use products to fank, like other things. That's the first time we've seen a custom cut out piece of paper.
It is.
It's extending the definition of. It's evolving. It's evolving. It's an
Fanking
ever-growing artwork, but
Really
it's
is.
Fanking evolved.
It really is.
Well done.
This is art, actually, isn't it?
Super gummy dog. Don't want to eat that.
Nope.
That's great. Next.
They're everywhere, but you've never seen them
Look
before.
at that. Cheryl's best.
Actually, what's the green thing hanging out of
Oh,
it?
that looks like an avocado, mate. All right. What's this one? Limited, really big fella.
Do you know my avocado joke?
Oh, don't do it.
Do you know that one?
No, you've done it before. You haven't. Just don't want to hear it again. There we go. What does that say?
I made it up.
Herb and
So I don't have a
spice.
bike. Avocado.
High flow ball. Good job to
Yeah,
you.
nice.
Nut and go. And Fank of the week, mutton.
What's that noise? Oh, did your
How's it not
technology just
working?
fail?
Hold on, here it is.
No, you can't fail.
Boom, it's the ball stretch set. Now, I saw a documentary once. Actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No,
It's gone for too long
we
anyway.
don't need to talk about that.
You can regrow. Actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you want to, they attach a clip.
I don't need to know.
And then
No one needs to know.
and then they have
Keep
two
it inside.
suspenders on their
Internal,
legs.
internal, inside.
And it's gone.
Internal.
And you can wind up how
Oh,
much
no,
pressure's on it.
internal.
All right, that's Fanking of the week, Martin. I think that's everything.
time for- we got an eat bag?
We've
Eat
got a
bag.
little eat bag in the back of the thing.
Eat baggers is like, I'm not going to talk. We eat stuff. And what is this?
Martin, sorry.
What?
What kind of car is this, Martin?
This is a March Super Turbo.
March Super Turbo. Would you say it's one of your favourite cars of all time?
Yeah, but it gets away with being front wheel drive
Oh,
because
you
it's a
bastard.
nugget. Because it's small and it's tiny and it's classic and it's old and it's not a fridge. It was not designed to be a fridge. A Golf GTI was designed from day one to be a boring fridge with a little GTI button on it and a little turbo. So people go, oh, check out my shit car.
Dude,
they're actually good.
You loved your GTI when you had one.
Yeah,
Remember
I
that
did.
dream you had?
Yeah, I
you had
did.
a Polo GTI as well.
It was great. Polo
the
GTI
Polo
was-
GTI was embarrassing.
Oh, it was all right.
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
I thought it was kind of cool. But
No,
same thing. They
not
just
kinda cool.
feel weird. I don't get it. Anyway, when you have experienced. No, let's not go there because I'll keep talking about it.
Go
for
on,
ages.
Martin.
Nah.
Go on.
Has anyone driven an Evo? If you have, you're straight away going to go, man, it's so sharp. Like, it's so sharp. And apparently it's to do with the way the steering's connected to the hubs and the positioning of it and all that sort of stuff. They feel real sharp for a sedan type car. Now, if you're getting like a 240Z or a GTR or like a sports coupe, they already feel good because they kind of have to. MX-5, ND MX-5, for example, the steering feel is freaking incredible. If you drive
that the
an
new one?
ND MX-5, even an NC, NB, not such NC.
What's the new one called?
ND MX-5.
ND.
So the steering
Mazda
on
lent
that,
us one. We drove it. It was good.
the weight of the steering is really good. It feels great for the car. It turns really nicely.
They
Then
cost
you
too
get
much.
straight in a Golf
cost
GTI.
too much.
It is the opposite. The opposite. Something's. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It's just my feedback
Martin
on it.
reckons
And no one
it's like
cares
the
what I think.
steering rack ratio.
I reckon
That's
it's the
what you're
ratio.
saying.
It's like the rack's too slow.
Absolute
like they could
rubbish.
make the rack faster, and then if they wanted to, increase the assistance by adding more hydraulic
No.
pressure, or if it's electric, it might be. Maybe it's electric. Maybe that's the problem. Then again, I've driven electric steer cars that feel amazing as
Dude,
well.
when you were dreaming about having your Golf GTI, you probably just need to drive it in different modes. Because when it's in its... here's what I think
I did
actually
drive it
happens.
in every mode.
When you're in comfort, this is probably not even possible. When you're in comfort, I feel like you've got to turn the wheel like that just to turn a little bit. But when you're in dynamic, you turn it that and the wheel... Like, it feels like the ratio changes, but you can't change the ratio. You
don't
can only
think
change the
so.
assistance.
Electric
right?
steering would have to be like, it'd have to be disconnected
It'd have to
from
be
the road,
gauged
which
like a clutch, like
well,
to run different things.
It'd have to be physically disconnected from the road because your ratio, like a diff, could only be the same. I'm sure someone knows the answer to this. I don't. I think.
Can you have a
because-
variable ratioed steering rack?
You can have variable assistance that adjusts the
Yes.
pressure and all that sort of stuff, which can give the illusion that it's more sporty because it's heavier. This is why I'm glad I'm not a car reviewer because I would just talk rubbish and no one would be that interested.
This here is,
What
I
is
have
it?
no idea. None of it. It's not in languages that I
think it's
understand.
Korean.
So thank you very much. It is a
yes.
mutton. In
Oh, it's
Australia,
just a-
we just call it a choc chip biscuit.
Is that it? All that
I
packaging.
think that is just a... It's a chocolate chip cookie. It's a little bit stale.
I'm not going to say letdown, but you can buy a pack of like 40 of them from the servo for like $5.
Yeah.
But this had to fly across continents.
Yeah.
It didn't need to, but it did. It's a well-travelled cookie. Speaking of well-travelled cookies, have you checked out our France trip yet? If you haven't, had a look. Made by 3 people, 4 with the help of Francois. Pretty incredible. Very, very happy with how it turned out. Very
French
much
translations done by French person.
That's right. And we've been talking about Renault Clio's legitimately since season 1 of Mighty Car Mods. That little blue Micra I bought, it was between a Micra or a Renault Clio. That's how long we've been wanting to like mess with one. Obviously the Clio Sport, yes, we know you get the 2-litre petrol and that's way better, but all we could get at the time through luck was that little 1.5 diesel, which actually went pretty good.
It was good.
It was fine.
We still didn't work out if it was turbo or not,
No,
did we?
apparently they're all turbo. I only found that out afterwards because when I looked at it, I'm like, I don't know where any of the turbo stuff is.
But it felt quick.
But then it felt pretty quick to drive. And then when we were looking it up later, we're like, oh, they're all turbo. Where? You cannot hear it.
Yeah, and you
cannot
can't
hear the
feel it.
whistle.
It's
No.
a very linear curve. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed wasting
done.
the internet
If
with
you
us
made it-
as much as
if
we
you made
enjoyed
it
wasting it with you.
To the end,
Did they make it to the end?
if
Do
they
they
make
get a
it,
code
they
word?
get a
Do they get a
code.
discount off the
They
shop
get a
or
code,
something?
they get 10% off everything.
10% off it?
They do.
Really? What's the code word, Martin, today?
FWDSUX.
Oh. Brutal.
Is that too brutal? No, that's too mean. Let's change it.
I don't know. Like, there goes
That's negative.
99% of the people who
There
watch our
goes
show.
legitimately half my cars.
No, that's fine. No, that's. I'll choose next week's code, which is everyone is beautiful and everyone gets an award. No, there it is. Fine. FWD SUX. Most of his cars are front-wheel drive.
Yeah, they are. But it would be too long if I added GTI in there, so I didn't. Good cookie. Well-travelled cookie. Just like you.
You're a dickhead. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Unicorn Circuit.